So you're scrolling through real estate listings, right? And you see the words condo, townhouse, and apartment thrown around like they all mean the same thing. It's super confusing. But are they the same? Let's get into it and figure out what's really going on.
Finding a new place to live. I mean, it's one of the most exciting things you can do. You're dreaming about where the couch will go, meeting new neighbors, maybe starting a whole new chapter of your life. But let's be real. It can also feel like you're trying to solve a puzzle in a language you don't speak. All the listings, the agents, the terminology, it's a lot.
And it gets even trickier if you're moving to a completely new city or even a new country. You're already trying to figure out the best neighborhoods and how long your commute's going to be. And then on top of all that, you have to decode what these different kinds of homes actually are. To make this all feel a bit more real, let's use Ontario, Canada, as our example. It's a huge economic hub, so it's basically a magnet for people from all over the world. We're talking more than 230,000 newcomers in just the last few years. Just imagine, all of those people are jumping into the same housing market, trying to make sense of the exact same confusing terms. This is usually where you hit that wall of jargon. You're looking at all these listings and you just see apartment, townhouse, condominium, over and over again. They all kind of sound the same, and honestly, the pictures often look pretty similar too. So what on earth is the real difference? So here they are, the big three. They're often listed like they're totally separate choices, but are they? Is a townhouse just a fancier apartment? Is a condo just a box in a high-rise building? This is the central mystery we're about to solve, and I promise you the answer is way simpler than you'd think. And here it is. This is the key that unlocks the whole thing. This is the aha moment. All that confusion just melts away when you realize we've been mixing up two completely different ideas: what a building looks like, its style, versus how you legally own it. All right, let's start with the word condo. Most of us hear condo and we picture a tall glass tower with a pool, right? But that's not what it is. A condo is simply a form of ownership. It means you personally own your individual unit, basically the air and the walls inside your home. But you don't own the building's exterior, the land it's on, or the common areas like the lobby or the gym. All of that is owned collectively by everyone who lives there. Okay, this chart makes it super clear. Look, on the left, you've got the building style, what it looks like. It could be a high-rise apartment building, a row of townhouses, or even a detached house. Then on the right, you have how you own it. This means you can buy a unit in an apartment-style building and own it as a condominium. You can even buy a townhouse and own it as a condominium. See, they're two separate concepts that just get tangled up. So, if condo is one way to own, what's the alternative? Well, it's usually called fee simple. This is what most of us think of when we imagine buying a classic house. You own it all. The inside, the outside, the land it sits on, the driveway, the roof, the whole shebang. You are in complete control of your property. Okay, so this isn't just some boring legal detail. This distinction has a massive impact on your day-to-day life, what you're responsible for, and of course, your bank account. So let's get into the real-world pros and cons. So why would you choose condo ownership? Well, the biggest draw is convenience. Big time. If the roof starts to leak, that's not your problem to fix alone. The building needs a new coat of paint? Not your job. Plus, you get awesome perks like access to gyms, pools, and party rooms without having to maintain any of it yourself. And for a lot of people, that added security is a really nice bonus. But, and you knew there was a but coming, right? All that convenience comes at a price. You've got to pay mandatory monthly fees, sometimes called HOA or condo fees, to cover all that maintenance and those amenities. And get this, if a huge repair is needed, like replacing every window in the building, you could get hit with something called a special assessment. That's a big extra bill on top of everything else. Oh, and you can pretty much forget about painting your front door a fun color without getting permission first. And these fees are no joke. We're not talking about pocket change. For a townhouse that's owned as a condo, you could easily be looking at over $300 a month. And that's on top of your mortgage. And trust me, those fees can and usually do go up over time. Now, speaking of costs, everything we're talking about is massively affected by one huge factor: location, location, location. The exact same kind of home can have a wildly different price tag depending on which city you're in. Just take a look at this. It's kind of wild. In Toronto, the average rent for a one-bedroom is over $2,200 a month. Now, let's jump over to Ottawa. It's closer to $1,400. Then look at Hamilton, where it's just over $900. The difference is absolutely staggering. It just goes to show you that your budget is going to stretch a lot further in some places, and that dramatically changes what kind of home and ownership style you can even consider. All right, we've decoded the jargon, we've looked at the costs, so now let's get to the most important piece of the puzzle, figuring out what actually makes sense for you. There's no one-size-fits-all best option here. It's all about matching the property and the ownership type to your own priorities. When you boil it all down, it really comes back to one fundamental trade-off. Are you someone who's happy to pay monthly fees and give up a little personal freedom in exchange for way fewer maintenance headaches and access to cool amenities? Or do you really value the freedom to do whatever you want with your property and prefer to handle the upkeep yourself?
So to help you decide, here are 3 really simple questions to ask yourself. Number 1, how much maintenance are you actually willing to do? Do you like yard work or do you absolutely dread it? Number 2, how important is it for you to be able to change things on the outside of your home? Are you dreaming of building a new deck? And number 3, and this is a big one, when you calculate your budget, are you really accounting for that extra few $100s a month in fees? Possibly forever?
If you take only one single thing away from all of this, let it be this right here. A condo is a type of ownership, not a type of property. An apartment is a type of building. They are not the same thing, and they're not mutually exclusive. Just getting that one idea straight clears up like 90% of the confusion out there.
And that leads us to the final big picture question. When you're choosing between these options, you're deciding on so much more than just square footage or how many bedrooms you have. You're really choosing a lifestyle. Is it a lifestyle with shared pools and no lawnmowers, or is it one with total control and total responsibility? Ultimately, that choice is yours.
Thanks for watching and being part of our community. Don't forget to subscribe for weekly Canada Life tips. See you in the next video.